Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk. My name is James, and I started this show talking about the murder of Samantha Woll. I will continue to do so every weekday to help keep her story in the media. Now, a little bit about me. I have many years' experience in investigations, court reporting, law research. I conducted classes on interrogating witnesses and suspects, and I was an instructor of deception detection technique and went undercover on different assignments. Now, here's the summary of the case. Samantha Woll, a 40-year-old single woman from Detroit, was brutally stabbed to death at her residence. At 6:30 a.m. Saturday, October 21st, 2023, a neighbor called 911 to report a body laying on the sidewalk on the 1300 block of Juliet Place in Lafayette Park area, Detroit. Police arrived and determined the woman was stabbed to death from multiple stab wounds, and a trail of blood led from the location of the body to the inside of her residence, where police determined the murder had taken place. The victim had then stumbled outside and fell to the ground, where she was found. There was no signs of forced entry, and a hate crime motive was quickly ruled out by police. Sources have said there were no defensive wounds on Miss Woll. Now, Samantha Wool was the board president of the Downtown Synagogue of Detroit and was very politically active. She recently served as the political director for Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel's reelection campaign and also worked as a deputy district director for U.S. Representative Slotkin of Michigan. On Wednesday, November 8th, police made an arrest of an unnamed male in Kalamazoo who reportedly knew Miss Wool and also attended her funeral. They made the arrest in Kalamazoo. They were watching this person, and that is where they made the arrest. On En route to Detroit, the suspect invoked his rights to not answer questions and requested an attorney. Police kept him for the 72 hours that they were allotted by Michigan law. And on Friday, November 10th, he was released without being charged. Now, Crime Stoppers has issued a $15,000 reward for tips leading to an arrest. You can see the information scrolling at the bottom of your screen where you can remain anonymous. Now, it is assumed the detectives are following a domestic violence motive. The police chief, I believe, held a press conference today and reiterated that it is not a hate crime. Uh, Based on the evidence they have. What that evidence is, they are not releasing or saying. He had said, Police Chief White said many weeks ago that law enforcement are being very, very careful about what information they release to the public. Now, things to note. Her cell phone and wallet were still present, so it wasn't a robbery. There was no forced entry, and the murder took place inside the residence. I stated this last episode about the murder weapon. No one has asked about it. The media has not asked any questions. I mean, even if they said they can't comment on that, they have not asked the questions. Where is the murder weapon? Was it a knife from the residence? Did the person bring the knife with them? Um, you know, the stab wounds themselves, were there any uh, uh, can you tell what size the knife was? Can you tell if there was any hesitant stab wounds? which indicates even more of a not just a trusted person, but a person that was very close to her. Um, it's not being released, any of the information. So now sources state that the suspect that was taken into custody in Kalamazoo and questioned, um, he is still a person of interest, and they are still keeping an eye on him. Um, why they arrested him before they had evidence is unclear. Maybe they were trying to do that as a tactic to coerce a statement from him. It is unknown. Um, so right now, all we have to go on is uh, what the police initially stated, and that's it. They are going through their investigations, but it has been over a month and still nothing. So please, if you can, share this out with your friends and share it on your platforms to keep this brutal murder in the spotlight. It is Detroit's clearance record of homicides is deplorable, but this needs to be solved. This one needs to be solved. So again, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Please share this out with everybody that you can. Until tomorrow. Good night.